What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lonnie from Flight Sim Gaming. Today we are doing a lovely flight with Air North, Yukon's airline in the PMDG 737-700. We're on the ground here in Whitehorse, and we are headed back east to Edmonton. This is a real-world flight flown by Air North from Whitehorse over to Edmonton. I got the call sign up top. Air North 762. This flight is about 2 hours even. Block time of about 2.5 hours. 2 hours in the air. We are expecting to depart off the runway 32 left here in Whitehorse. The wind's relatively calm and the weather's relatively clear. So it should make for a pretty standard departure on out. Two more legs left. We got this leg over to Edmonton, Edmonton over to Victoria, and that's going to conclude our Canadian series that we are doing. Unsure of where we're going to fly after that. Most likely overseas somewhere, Europe, maybe Asia, we'll see. Anywho, GSX is doing GSX things. The baggage loaders are loading up the aircraft. We're waiting for the pilots. And then I believe now passengers are boarding, so pilots should be on board. Let's jump inside the aircraft. Let's get it powered up. Let's get ready for departure. Reference airport. Charlie Yankee X-Ray Yankee. We'll plug that in there. We are at gate 2. Not in database. Not to worry. GPS from the left side will set the IRS pause. Beautiful. Route information, Whitehorse over to Edmonton. Flight number is Air North 762. Just have to confirm that. We'll plug that in. We'll flight plan request, sim brief info. And we're going to go ahead, set payload, set fuel. Everything's all set and checked. We'll load it. Then we'll activate it, execute. Beautiful. We are, I know we're on the TAMCU 3 departure, so we'll come over to the departure and arrival index. TAMCU 3 for 32 left. Transition. Vigbo. Execute, go over to the legs tab here, and we'll make sure we have that stuff plugged in. Beautiful. Come back over to the departure arrival index. We'll come over to the arrival side now. We're on the Elks 3 for the ILS. Supposed to be the ILS 30, so hold on. Let me just go back over to SimBrief here. I'm going to re-edit this. So we are expecting the Elks 3 for the ILS 30 approach. Transition is... there is no transition. We'll plug that in there, have a look at everything. Radar vectors to final. All that looks good. Let's have a look at our flight plan here up on our screens here. So it's a beautiful departure out from Whitehorse. And we'll step everything, just make sure everything looks good. Beautiful. I'm happy with that. Fantastic. Finish setting up the box here. So perf init request. Let's select that. And we'll load it, and we'll execute. Zero fuel weight, 50.8. Reserves, 2.2. Cost index, 29. Cruising up to 39,000 feet. Initial climb altitude is 37. According to SimBrief, so we'll change that up. Cost index is 30. Everything else looks fabulous. The reason for that change was because the SimBrief information that we plugged into the box had us for the RNAV 20 approaching Edmonton, so I didn't realize that SimBrief had changed that. If I look at the weather information in Edmonton, the winds are 260 at 7, so we're okay for the ILS 30 approach. Not a big deal there. N1 limit. Let's go ahead and configure our performance in Whitehorse. 32 left. Import the information from the aircraft. Import the weather. 2999. Going to confirm that is the accurate altimeter, and it is. The winds are calm. Beautiful. Takeoff flaps. Keep it optimum. Rating. We'll derate. Calculate. Flaps 1. 31, 32, 36. One 31, 132, 136. Trim 5.49. 23.9 on that. 23.89. 5.24, and we got a 5.49. That's because we didn't do that. Five 5.48, 31, 32, 36. Let's go ahead and plug all that information in. 136. Beautiful. 5.48. Summer built there. Beautiful. Auto brake over to RTO. Quickly brief myself here on this departure. So, maintain 9,000. Plug in 9,000. Beautiful. Flight directors can come on. Auto throttle can come on. 136. Beautiful. 2999. Set and set. Trims are set. Go ahead. Plug in some info down here. Walking 2,000. $320 on the heading. Beautiful. Let's come back up top here. Let's get the aircraft ready for pushback. $37,000 feet. Landing out in Edmonton is going to be airport elevation 2373. $23.50. Beautiful. Get that APU on. See, the weather's kind of taking a turn here. Oh, we got a British Airways sitting here, parked beside us in an A320neo. That's pretty cool. APU bleed is on. We'll come down here. Ground services, wheels and shocks removed. Now we can go ahead and request pushback.
The icing vehicles are coming now.
We'll request a little bit of de-icing. It's minus 16 on the ground. But what we can do in the meantime is open up Navigraph. Let's have a look at our departure here. So, here in Edmonton, here in Whitehorse, we are departing off of runway 32 left on the Tamku 3 departure. Tamku 3 for runways 32 left. Basically, runway heading, right turn. Got a speed restriction. Another right turn on out to Vigbo, and then to our flight plan route. The weather information is as followed. The winds are calm, visibility 15 miles, scattered clouds 300 feet, overcast at 12,000, minus 16. Altimeter 2999. Beautiful.
We begin treatment now and observe. Fluid type 1.
First time doing a de-icing procedure here.
I will call you back when ready.
Normally the aircraft will go to the de-icing pad, not to... You know, these guys don't come to the terminal. But, pretty cool. Not super realistic, but ideal for these temperatures.
De-icing and anti-icing completed.
Beautiful.
Anti-icing code is fluid type 1. Concentration at 100%. I'm disconnected. Good day.
And just like that, we are de-iced and ready to go. Look at those wings. Look how nice and unde-iced they look. Beautiful, ladies and gents. Still got people walking here. Not sure what all that's about. Maybe they're waiting for their next flight.
Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push is completed and brakes are set. Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Finally.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted. Locking gear.
We are going to go nose left, tail right.
Release parking brakes, please.
Beautiful.
Commencing push.
Engine 2 over the ground.
Due to icing conditions, please
Let's wait for a
stand by
20%
engine start
N2.
until push is completed and brakes are set.
And engine number 1 over the ground. We're going to wait for a 20% N2. Introduce fuel.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brakes are set. Beautiful.
Disconnect.
Wait for that switch to shut off before we, there we go. Engine Gen 1 and Engine Gen 2 can come on. Probe heat's coming on. Packs over to auto. Beautiful. APU bleed coming off. APU start switch coming off. Taxi lights on. Engine start switches over to continuous. And flaps 1.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Flaps 1 is indicated. VNAV, LNAV, we'll switch them on. Beautiful. Taxi routing is as followed, ladies and gents. Open up Navigraph here. Pop it open. So we are going to follow Echo all the way to runway 32 left. And then we're out on departure on the Tamku 3 departure. Once again, the winds are calm. We got scattered clouds at 300 feet, overcast at 12,000. It's minus 16. Altimeter 29er, decimal 99. Second last leg, ladies and gents. Have a good trip. Parking brake is released. TCAS on and reporting, and let's go. See you later, Whitehorse. We'll be back. I believe they do some flights with over to Germany from here with Condor. Condor? Hope I'm saying that correctly. I know they've been flying some I believe that they were 767s into this airport, which is pretty cool. I forget which airport though. I'm pretty sure it's from Frankfurt. Recall check. Beautiful. Climbing up a hill here, so we have to give her a little bit of thrust. Got a nice, beautiful air tanker off to our right wing there. A lot of detail put into sim add-on scenery. Doesn't really affect performance. Beautiful. All right. Let's get all of our lights on. We're lit up. Beautiful. All right, ladies and gents. Throttle's up 40%. And Toga. 80 knots. Checked. E1 and rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. Beautiful rotate there, ladies and gents. And we'll pitch her down. Let's go ahead and climb up to 37,000 feet. And we're going flaps clean. Beautiful departure on out. Focus on flying. Pitch her back down. Beautiful. We got max 240 on the speed here. We're still hand flying the aircraft. We'll make sure we hand fly this turn. Slightly bumpy coming out. And we are going to pitch or climb. Beautiful departure. We still have a speed restriction of 240. As we climb on out of here at 4,400 feet per minute. And we'll go ahead and we'll start our right turn. Let's go ahead, throw it on the autopilot. We'll have a look at some wing views, whatever we can get. Beautiful. Beautiful departure. My gosh, these views are phenomenal. Phenomenal. We are starting our right turn now. I believe the speed restriction will now be lifted. We'll climb up to 37,000 feet. Speeding at about 300 knots. as we leave beautiful Whitehorse behind us. We'll be back. Not many flights out here. You can catch flights to Vancouver. You can go to Edmonton. You can go to Yellowknife. I believe you can go to Calgary too. But not many flights. No international flights. You got that one flight with Condor they were doing from Frankfurt, I believe. But nothing to the US. Beautiful. Pitching down. And we're speeding up. Past 18,000 feet. Standard pressure set. Left, center, and right. See if we can get some picture perfect views here. Nothing quite, so we'll come back out here. Beautiful. Beautiful departure. Anyway, ladies and gents, let me fly the aircraft up 37,000 feet. And I'll catch y'all on a descent into Edmonton. We are expecting the ILS 30 approach. As of right now, the winds are in favor of that approach, but, you know, anything can happen. Hopefully we'll get the ILS. Enjoy the rest of the video, ladies and gents. Peace! What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the video. We are on the descent into Edmonton. We are still expecting the ILS 30 approach on the Elks 3 arrival. Let's open up Navigraph. Let's have a look at our arrival. So we are direct Elks right now. We've got to be below flight level 190, 19,000 feet. And then we are going to start our a heading of 073 to Mesdi, and then our left base, left downwind, sorry, for the approach. We are descending down to 7,000 feet by Kissid. You got to be max 210 on the speed at 7,000 feet. From there, I believe we're heading down to about 3,400 feet, or maybe even 5,000. Where we'll capture the glide slope at Gadep. And then from Gadep we are going to be descending down to the runway. The winds are 260 at 9, visibility 20 miles. It's super clear. A few clouds at 14,000 feet. It's -6, altimeter 3007. That's what we have plugged in currently. Let's go ahead and get some wing views opened here. Beautiful shots. No snow on the ground in Edmonton. Should be a standard approach. Now, once we land, we are expecting, I think it's gate 18. That's where the real-world aircraft last deboarded from. We always try to keep it gate-to-gate real-world ops. I always mention, you know, not all of my procedures are real world, I apologize, but most definitely we try to keep the routes as real world as possible. Let's go ahead and adjust our heading 073. Not a cloud in the sky. Beautiful. That's what I like. Second last leg, ladies and gents. From Edmonton, we are going to Victoria. I haven't decided on the aircraft yet. I'm pretty sure the only flights available are with WestJet in the 737. I might make an exception for this flight. I might want to hop back into the A320. We'll see, we'll see. But worst case, we'll be back in the 737-700. I believe that's the airport in front of us. Beautiful. Standard pressure set 3007. 3007, 3007, 3007, set, and set. Auto brake 3 is set. Looking good. Still doing that frame gen mod. We're getting about 115 to 120 FPS now. I believe the scenery is here in Edmonton is Flight Sim Studios. Flight Sim Studios is not typically known for the best performance. Some airports are better than others. I think at this airport we were getting about between 35 and 40 FPS. But regardless, with the FrameGen mod, the FrameGen mod has unlocked pretty much so much more for these RTX 20 and 30 series cards. Doesn't make sense to go and purchase a 40 series card at the moment. I don't know if I'm going to be purchasing one anytime soon. Hopefully Nvidia doesn't ban this somehow. I would be super disappointed if that were the case. As well as I hope, you know, Microsoft Flight Simulator doesn't ban me on any of their servers. That would be super disappointing. Don't use it for any multiplayer games. Don't use it for Call of Duty. Don't use it for anything like that. Even though this game is multiplayer, there's still a chance that they can ban you, but most definitely do not use it for any type of first-person shooters. You will get banned. Anti-cheats will pick it up. I will use the FrameGen mod as long as I need to. No reason for me to not want to use it. .240 on the speed. Coming up on 10,000 feet, get our landing lights on. Beautiful. Go ahead, bug in 210. we are 120 on the heading here. Make sure we bug that out because we are vectoring ourselves for final. And we have a speed restriction, Kessid, or Kissod at 210. Aircraft is slowing out. Pull out some speed brakes here. There's beautiful Winnipeg off to our left wing. Go 5,000 on the altitude there. We don't need to worry about this landing en route stuff. We are going flaps 30. Just make sure 128 plus 5 is set in there. Beautiful. Going 210 on the speed. Try not to slam the aircraft down as hard as we did back in Whitehorse. That was crazy. I was watching that replay back. Even though we got that landing rate, if you look at the top right corner, it actually shows you the live feet per minute. That one was easily in the high 300s, maybe 400s. Make sure nav frequency 109.1 is plugged in. Perfect. Minimums 2573 also plugged in. Hopefully once we touch down we can go ahead and vacate Alpha 2, most likely Alpha 4. And we're going to keep this heading for now, heading 120. We're going to make a left turn momentarily. Or even better, we could just go direct. Javon, we'll go LNAV, plug that in, bam, there's our turn. Coming up on 5,000 feet. We'll bug in 3,400. Too much green out here, in my opinion. I am using AccuSeason. Rex AccuSeason Advanced. Too much green. Go ahead, select the approach mode. We got the glide slope coming in. We'll stay at 210. And we're going down to 3,400. If I look at the charts, our missed approach, climb to 5,000, heading 300, expect vectors. Easy. Check. We'll go flaps 1. 190 on the speed. Go ahead, arm that speed brake. There we go. Localizer coming in. 10 miles. Level off at 4,500 feet. Flaps 5, bug down 170. Glide is coming alive. Gear coming down. Flaps 15 indicated. Glide slope coming alive. We are going to bug 5,000 feet. Turn the rest of our lights on. Engine start switches over to continuous. 133 on the speed. 133 is indicated. We're going to go ahead, flaps 30. Gear down 3 green, flaps 30 is indicated, speed brakes are armed. Beautiful. It's 128 plus 5. That's what we want. The winds are 260 at 9.
1,000.
Air north 762, clear to land, runway 30. 1,000 feet. Go ahead, take the aircraft. And my throttles. My aircraft, my throttles, skitter down. Two whites, 2 red indicated. Feel that wind shift there.
500. 400. 300.
1 white, 3 red.
Approaching minimums.
Looking good.
200. Minimums.
Continue. Don't worry about the poppies.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Nose down gently. Reverse coming out. Beautiful. $70 knots. Auto brake is off, ladies and gents. Welcome. Beautiful Winnipeg. Sorry, not Winnipeg. Edmonton. How can I disrespect Edmonton like that? We're going gate 16. We're going to go WestJet. We're going to clear off the runway here. Gate 18 is not showing up. Beautiful. Take that. Tried a little rudder correction there at the end. Flaps coming up. And landing lights coming off. Turns coming off. Engine start switch coming off. And APU. We'll fire it up. So we're going to taxi Alpha over to apron 1. There's good old Swoop. Swoop was bought out by WestJet, so you're not going to see any more Swoop deals. I do see periodically Swoop still flying with their livery with a WestJet call sign in Toronto. And they have some aircraft parked there. I'm assuming they're going to repaint them. Only assuming. APU is being fired up. Beautiful. And we're looking for gate 16. We're going to the north terminal, for those wondering. And again, beautiful scenery here. One more leg and we're finally done what has been a beautiful little Canadian tour here. Gonna go around all these aircraft. We're going to Victoria. I haven't been there yet in the simulator. Very good looking scenery. We'll do the flight to Kelowna a different time. We'll probably do a flare flight in the 737 over to Kelowna. I know there's some flights operated from Toronto. I believe also flights used to be flown out of Kitchener or London. Don't remember which one of the two. We might actually do one of those flights whenever we come back to Canada. We've got enough Canadian stops done on this leg. These legs, I mean. We're looking for gate 16. That's gate 18. I think this is 16A. And we're actually gonna go here. I believe this is where we're supposed to go. Parker brake coming on. APU gens. Gen 1, Gen 2 coming on. APU bleed coming on. Beautiful, beautiful. We'll clear that. We got packs coming off. Probe heats coming off. Seatbelts. Emergency exit lights. Fuel pumps. To be honest, I'm not sure exactly where we are. It should show this parking spot, and I should be able to deboard. Oh, I could have freed this parking from AI. Come outside here. Let's see, where the hell are we? $16 Alpha. We are at the right gate. Interesting. Just don't know where GSX is. Let's restart the Koodle. Worst case, we'll just deboard with PMDG. Looks like they want us to go there. That's not 16 Alpha, that's 16. We are one over. That's okay. What do we have besides 16A parking, suitable parking? Nope. Anyways, ladies and gents, we'll leave it there. Let's come into the box here. Request ground power. Request some stairs. Beautiful. Ladies and gents, I want to say thank you for taking the time to come out and fly with me today on this beautiful flight with Air North Yukon here in beautiful Winnipeg. And again, one more leg on this trip. We are departing. Sorry, I keep saying Winnipeg. It's Edmonton. Got Winnipeg stuck in my mind. One more leg from Edmonton over to Victoria. I'll catch y'all in the next video, ladies and gents. Have a wonderful week. Peace!